So if our money could actually talk, do you ever wonder what it would tell us? I doubt that we would be shocked at all at what our money would tell us, right? Because we kind of already know. I mean, if our money started talking, our response would be along the lines of, yeah, I know. Yeah, I should have known. No, I shouldn't have. The shocker is the parallel between what our money would say if it could talk and what Jesus did say when he did talk. In fact, you may know this if you grew up around church, but Jesus actually said more about money than heaven. But the interesting thing that may be a shock because of the way preachers talk about money is Jesus never asked for any money. Jesus really was up to something, and he really was after something, but as it turns out, it wasn't anybody's money. Money is a means. It is not the end. It's a means to an end that goes beyond us, and Jesus says it even goes beyond this life. The implication is that our right now resources, that your right now resources have the potential to make a forever difference. That we can't take it with us. We've heard that our whole lives, right? We can't take it with us. But there is a way for us to have something to show for it beyond this life. It's a means to an end. As Jesus would say, it is a tool. Now, if Jesus is right, and I think he's right, if Jesus is right, it means, and I know this is a little maybe different, maybe you've not heard this before, little disconcerting. You kind of go home and go, okay, even if you're right, Andy, I don't know what to do with that. But if he's right, it means that I should view and that you should view not a percentage of what you have as something that should be made available to your heavenly Father. It means that we should view 100% of what we have as a potential means to an end. In other words, the question that we should begin to ask as Jesus followers. In fact, I would encourage you to ask this question just for fun, even if you're not a Jesus follower. The question that we should all ask at some level is, how can I leverage more of what I have as a means to an end that's not me? How can I leverage more of what I have as a means to an end that is outside of what benefits me? Because as most of you already know, because all of us have experienced just enough of this to know, that is where joy is truly found, isn't it? In fact, if you make money an end, you may end up alone. But using money as a means to an end is what makes money meaningful. Now, this is a really important little statement I'm about to make because this lands on all of our lives, and this isn't like a Christian thing or a non-Christian thing. This is just a thing, okay? So this is going to be a little bit of the theme in terms of what we talk about today specifically. But being a means to an end, I want you to think about this. Being a means to an end is what makes anything meaningful. The thing that makes anything or anyone meaningful is when that thing or that person becomes a means to an end. That's what it means to have meaning. That's what meaning actually means. And it's true for you as well. If you want to live a meaningful life, and you do, if you want to live a meaningful life, you have to figure out how to become a means to an end that's not you. If you want to have a meaningful life, you have to come up with a way of being a means to an end that goes beyond you. And here's what we're going to discover. When you decide to be a means to an end, your money becomes a means rather than an end as well. And you will begin to view all of your money. You will begin to view all of your resources. You'll begin to view your net worth. You'll begin to view everything as a tool. So this week, here's the question I want you to wrestle with. If being a means to an end is what gives life meaning, and that's what gives your life meaning. Every one of you who are parents, you understand this. Grandparents, you understand this. We've all tasted enough of this to know it's true. If being a means to an end is what gives life meaning, to what ends do I want my life to be a means? And when you identify and embrace the answer to that question, your money will begin to follow, and you will begin to view everything you own, everything that comes your way, as a means to an end, as it was intended to be.